All right then, let's get this one done. This is Alien, the Barcrest machine Alien on a £70 jackpot. This is one of the trickier methods. So the scope for me to enter a whole new level of diabolical incompetence, even compared to what you've already seen, is pretty wide on this, because it's possible to get this one all kinds of wrong. Now, let's have a look at the machine itself. There it is, quite a handsome fella, the real machine. We had a few of them around here for a little while. It's a good-looking machine. Everything's dual lamp, so everything can go green and red, and in a track mode and in the jackpot sequence and all that. Yeah, it's not a bad-looking machine, this one. We're going to be using a classic layout here. There isn't a DX layout for this at this moment in time, and to be honest with you, I think a classic layout is probably the better way to do this, because it's a very busy machine. This is a classic layout that was released by Rechip last year. It's one of the early releases for MFMEV5. Played it an awful lot when the layout was released last year. I haven't played it now for, blimey, a year or so, and I haven't played the real thing. I mean, God, these all disappeared 3.5, 4 years ago, so I'm probably going to be very rusty, hence the potential to get this wrong. Now, I'll explain what I'm doing up front. This is a rip. It's a rip or a trap, whatever you want to call it, where you basically get the machine to pay you a jackpot when it doesn't want to pay a jackpot. And a little bit like take it or leave it and count your cash. You can do this one more than once. You can cycle round 2, 3, in extreme situations, even 4 times, every time getting a £70 jackpot. The kicker is that each cycle is going to cost you really at least 45 quid, probably more like 50 quid, possibly a bit more if it's playing up. So your profit per cycle is maybe, let's average it out to £20. And, so even if you go around 3 times and you don't fuck anything up, you're 60 quid up, which is, don't get me wrong, 60 quid for, half an hour's work is not bad, but you on paper you say, oh wow, you're getting 3 jackpots, 210 quid. Yeah, but of that, £60 is maybe your profit. So the fundamental principle behind this one is that you can get it into a state where it can't kill you on this bonus gamble thing. Now, the bonus gamble here, any time that you're on the board, you can press bonus gamble and it'll dapple around all these here and land on one of them. All of them are basically good or neutral at best, apart from Facehugger here, which I'm going to call Alien. Now, Alien, if it lands on Alien, it's effectively cash or bust. And the problem with the cash or bust is it's not actually the bust, it's the cash side of thing that can screw you, which is why you never ever want to get aliened when you're doing the method. Because the way that we're going to get this bonus gamble into a no-lose state is, quick synopsis, we're going to check its boarding on 30p a play. We're going to go up to £1 a go. We are then going to lose precisely £40 on £1 a go. We're going to lose 40 quid as quickly as we can. Then we're going to go back down to 30p a go. And at that point, the bonus gamble becomes no lose as long as certain criteria are met. So let's get going. Now, the first thing that you would do, and as ever, I'm going to do this just as I did it in the wild. There's nothing different for the emulator here. So if I was walking up to one of these in a pub, first thing you do is you put a few credits in on 30p a go. And all we are ascertaining at this moment in time is that it is boarding. And you don't even have to get on the actual board. A hold after nudges for 3 different symbols, so it's not even a hold after nudges for a win, counts as boarding. So that's all we want, and you want to get that within 5 or 6 quid. So that would count. There we are, that counts. That's a hold after nudge for a bonus. That counts as a hold after nudge, even though a bonus isn't actually a win. So now what we do, we have to go up, and again you'd have to do this in the wild. As soon as we've seen it demonstrate that it's boarding or holding after nudges on 30p a go, we go up to £1 a go and we lose 40 quid as quickly as we can. So you can see there, I'm invested in to the tune of £43 on this already. So And bearing in mind, I've got to go back down to 30p and get on the board again. So you can see how, you know, you're never going to get it never going to get it for less than, say, 45, 46 quid, something like that. So your maximum profit realistically per cycle is, say, 25 quid. So if you go around 3 times in perfect circumstances, you're clearing 75 quid, which is, don't get me wrong, it's a nice profit, but it's not quite what you'd think would be your takeaway profit if you're taking 3 £70 jackpots out of a machine. And I'm just trying to avoid everything here. I don't want anything off this. I don't want the feature. I don't want wins. And I certainly do not want to collect anything. And this comes round to why the Alien is so dangerous when we go back to 30p ago and we had this no-lose gamble. Because any win, even a single pound, will break the no-lose bonus gamble, and we'll have to go back to a pound ago and put another 40 quid through to get it back to the no-lose bonus gamble. That's what makes the Alien so dangerous off the bonus gamble, and that's why we must avoid it at all costs, and must also fully understand when we have the no-lose bonus gamble sort of active and when it can land on the Alien from the bonus gamble. Because what we're going to use the bonus gamble for, once we're on the board, we need to get 3 steps. So we need the 3 steps here, we need an extra life, and we need lucky 7. Once we've got all those in place, what we're going to try and do is get up to 8 knockouts. We're going to gamble left to 5 win spins. We're going to gamble right to streak. At that point, it's going to take the extra life, most likely. Then we're going to use our steps to step to a number with a lucky 7 on it. And at that point, we can gamble left to Out of This World. Out of This World is a jackpot feature, as long as you can hit this number reel in the middle. So, you know, my date to form on skill stops doesn't bode well there, but we'll gloss over that for now. Out of This World is what you're going for. It's a jackpot feature, and it doesn't protect it as well as it should. It doesn't see this coming, and you can get yourself to Out of This World, and you can get a jackpot off that feature. So to get all those things lined up, the 3 steps, the extra life, the lucky 7, obviously we're going to have to be hitting lots of bonus gambles, which is why it's so important that we make absolutely sure that we're not going to get aliened and hit a cash or bust. That's fine, as long as I don't collect anything off this. That's the main thing. Shouldn't have nudged in, but it doesn't matter. I haven't collected anything. I tend to lose concentration when I'm talking and playing at the same time. So this will be our 40 quid loss. We just want to do that as quickly as possible. One of those that looked a little bit sus. If anyone was watching you, this is one of those methods that looked a little bit dodgy, because it's quite obvious that something a little bit rum is going on. There we are. Now that's 40 quid gone. So now we've got to put some more credits in. You see there, we're now 46 quid in. So even if I trap it off this next £3, I'm 24 quid up. So let's just take a moment to describe what the no-lose bonus criteria are. Basically now, when I get on the board, I can press this bonus gamble with impunity. It cannot and will not alien me unless I have an unlosable high-low gamble on here. Now, what counts as an unlosable high-low gamble? Well, in the simplest of terms, if I have a 1 or a 12 in either side, that's an obvious unlosable gamble because I've got a 1 or a 12 to gamble on. So if I hit bonus gamble when I've got a 1 or a 12, it can hit the alien. Give me a cash win off the cash or bust, and bang, it's fucked. I've got to go and put another £40 through on £1 to go. But there are lots of other things that count as unlosable gambles as well. No lose counts as an unlosable gamble. If I get a bonus off, because you see some of these have got bonuses on them. If I get a no lose bonus off that, or off indeed the bonus gamble can give me a no lose bonus, I then have an unlosable gamble. I can't then press bonus gamble. Hint counts as an unlosable gamble because it tells you which way to go. Even though you could technically go against the hint, as far as the machine is concerned, you have an unlosable gamble, and it can alien you on the bonus gamble. The other thing that comes into play is steps. Depending on how many steps you've got will depend on what number combos classify as unlosable gambles. So a good example here would be, let's say I've got 5-7 showing on here. So let's say, where is it? Let's say I've got 5-7 showing on there. that is safe to bonus gamble. On a straight 5-7, I can bonus gamble. It won't alien me. If I've got one step, I can get to 8-10. That's fine. I can bonus gamble. If I've got 2 steps, I can get to 6-2. That's fine. I can bonus gamble. If I've got 3 steps and I'm on 5-7, we go 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can get to a 1. The machine then counts that as an unlosable gamble. So if you're on 5-7 and you've got 3 steps and you press bonus gamble, the machine will count that as having an unlosable gamble, and it can alien you and that'll give you the cash or bust. A couple of other things: you can't bonus gamble when you've got £5 or above, or £5 or above on the cash stack. It can alien you on that, and there's a line across the board here. Imagine a straight line right across the middle. If you're on that line, it is safe to bonus gamble as long as none of the other conditions are met. If you're above that line, you are then into the area where it can alien you off the bonus gamble. I hope that was clear. It'll probably make more sense when we get on the board. So let's get going. Enough yapping, more playing. So let's get going. So perfect. First credit, we are in, which you wouldn't be surprised really. It's just taken £43 and we've had nothing off it. So obviously we'll be happy to give you a win now because we've just lost over 40 quid and taken nothing. So 11-8. We can bonus gamble on that quite safely. That's not an unlosable gamble. I've got no steps. I've got nothing else. So all we're going to do here is keep bonus gambling, and we need to collect 3 steps, extra life, and lucky 7. Now, what I do off this is I just use this to get to the safe number combo. You see these two here, 4-9 and 10-4. They are the 2 safest places because you can bonus gamble on these even when you've got 3 steps. Because, how do I get rid of that? Oh, fuck, shit. Come on, get rid of it. Right, how do I make... There we are. Right, try that again, shall we? If you're on 4-9 or 10-4, you see there, even with 3 steps, you go off the bottom, 1, 2, 3. You cannot get to a 1 or a 12 off the 4-9 or 10-4. So these are the best places where you want to be. So if it gives you a real skill, you always just want to come back. And so when it gives you a changed number, you say no, because we want to stay on 4-9 because we can bonus gamble on 4-9 all day until it gives us a no lose or a hint or something like that. Now, super bonus is great because we can get the extra life off that. It's usually most reluctant to give you the extra life. So if you get the super bonus, definitely take the extra life off it. Now we need 3 steps and a lucky 7. We do not want to change the number because we're quite happy where we are. We're going to keep bonus gambling. Bonus left, so it's going to give me something off here. Perfect, it's given me a step. Now, if it would have given me a no-lose or a hint there, I'd have had to have then gambled up the board, because at that point I would be classified as having an unlosable gamble. But it didn't do it, so that's fine. Change number, we definitely don't want to change number. We're just going to stay where we are. Add step, that's great. We're only 1 step and a lucky 7 away from being able to start going here. Come on. Oh, there we are. Now we've got a no-lose. So I've got to now gamble up because the fact I'm on 4-9 is now irrelevant. It's that no-lose that takes priority. If I press bonus gamble now, it can face-hugger me or alien me, give me a cash or bust, give me some shit like a £1 repeat. Not repeat, but I fucked the bonus gamble at that point. I have to go back to £1 to go and put another 40 quid through. So I've now got to go with the number on this. Well, I've got to gamble on it, rather. I don't have to go with the number, but I've got to gamble. 10-3, you can see there I can easily get to a... what, 7-9? That's not ideal either. Well, there's me lucky 7. And, I don't really want a lucky 7 yet. The problem with the lucky 7 is it makes it even harder to get an unlosable gamble. Because if you've got a lucky 7 and you can step to a 7, you count it as having an unlosable gamble. So 10-4 and 4-9 stop being safe because I can get to a 7. So I'm going to get rid of that now. Even though I do actually want a lucky 7, I don't want it yet. Now, 5-7 is safe on 2 steps. That's the number I was talking about before, in fact. 5-7 is safe because I've only got 2 steps. If I get another step, I've got to move on. I don't want to change number there. We're going to bonus gamble again. Let's see. Bonus left. Plus step. Well, that's good. I did want another step, but now 5-7 has become unsafe because with my 3 steps I can get to 1-6. 8-10. There's I don't think there's going to be anywhere now apart from 4-9 and 10-4. 5-7 isn't. Oh dear, this is starting to get a little bit sketchy now, isn't it? Oh dear, I'm running out of space here because I'm going to run out of room. No, and now I'm going to go into the danger zone insofar as 4-9. Okay, technically I'm in the danger zone here, but I can afford to bonus gamble because I've got the extra life. If I hit the alien, it just takes the extra life, and at that point it's over, and I've just got to do the board again. Let's see. Oh, go on, give me a lucky 7. Give me a lucky 7. No. You wouldn't do this if you didn't have the extra life, by the way. That's the only reason I'm bonus gambling here. Because the alien just takes the extra life. Real skill, so we're going to use the sighter. There we are. I just use the 4-8 bonus as a sighter there to hit the 4-9. Hit it when you see that in the window. And it drops back nicely to 4-9 like that. Just give me a lucky 7. Go on. Give me a lucky 7. Fuck. It's almost like it knows that it's almost like the code kind of knows what you're doing, but it doesn't quite protect it enough. It may not be on this board, to be honest with you, so. No. Let's have a look. No. It's just not hitting that lucky 7, is it? Come on. Bonus left. No. I mean, even real skill would do here, because I can use real skill to get to the 9-11 bonus. And hopefully get lucky 7 off that. And this is exactly how it would do it in the wild. It would just sort of deny... It would all seem to be going very well, and then it would just deny you the last piece of the puzzle and keep doing shit like this. Okay, now, I want the lucky 7 here, so let's go. Well, I think it's 3-10 is the sighter on this, yeah. So when we see 3-10 in the window, there we are. There we are, good. It does like to give it off that. Now, this should be it. We should be set up now. So this gamble to the left should win. The problem the machine has is it doesn't see the risk yet. It doesn't see that we're going to get out of this world. So going with the numbers, I should win here. Just go lower than a 9. This should win. He said confidently. Ooh, now what's that going to do? That's fucked me. I think if it does this. Well, let me just remember. I think what you have to do here. I think I'm supposed to go lower here. And it should put a 10, that's right. And then it didn't take the life. And now that's right. Oh, okay. There we are. And now it'll take the life. This is the other way it does it. It's done it the trickier. This should lose, but because it didn't take the life, basically it takes the life on one or the other. This should take the life. There we are. It's realised a little bit too late. So it's done it the other way around. This is by far and away the rarer of the two. It usually takes the life from 5 wind spins to streak. I had to just trawl through my memory banks there. If it does it the other way around, it'll take the life here. Now I've got an unloseable gamble to out of this world. Now I take the out of this world feature. And all I've got to do is hit 18 in the middle there. So let's just remind me. I think it was the... Yes, it all came back. There we are. And that is it. Now we go 18 steps up the cash trail. And that is a £70 jackpot. Well, that fell into place quite nice. I just had to have a little think there. What you have to do when it doesn't take the life, or rather it gives you the lucky 7 when you're on 5 wind spins, because you have to do it a different way then. It did come back to me though what the correct way to do it was. And the correct way to do it is to go lower than the 7. It usually puts a 10 on the left-hand side, and then you can go step to 11. Lower takes the life, and then you've got that never repeats. And then you've got to gamble on a 12 to out this, and that's it. That is it. Now, so I have won. Now you can actually go straight back here. So I'm 24 quid up. If I collect that bank out, I'm 24 quid up. Now out in the wild, what you'd do here is you'd see if it was ready to go again. So you would just do effectively we're right back to the start now. We're just doing exactly the same. I'm not going to do another cycle round because this video is already 20 minutes long. So if I collected, you can see there. In fact, let's do it. So that is £24 profit, which is, to be honest with you, about as good as it gets. So £24 per cycle. That's pretty much a best case scenario. And what I would do now, if I were in a pub, I'd probably be getting another pint and then returning to this machine to see if it was still boarding. And if it was still boarding, I'd go round again. But do be aware that on the second cycle, it's tougher. And on the third cycle, by the third cycle, it's really getting in a bad mood. I think I did have one once that had 4 in it, but by Christ, it played hard to get for the fourth one. I think I only won in like an extra 6 or 7 quid on the fourth one. And when they're dead, they basically stop boarding, or they stop doing holds after nudges, in simple terms. So that's when it's had enough. If you go through maybe 6 quid and you don't get a hold after a nudge, you don't get a board, that's when it's had enough. Let's see if I can at least just get a nudge in here. Doesn't seem particularly happy, does it? You know, you'd almost be inclined to leave it there. It should be, it should still be boarding. No. Come on. Okay, well, that's taking the shine off my profit a bit. All right, let's just see if that holds. No. See, that would have counted if it had held after nudges for just 3. There we are. So, okay, there's our board. So what I would do now, in the wild, it's boarding. I go up to £1 to go, 40 quid, yada, 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 just do the whole thing again. I'm not going to do that because you have actually seen the trap now. There's no point going around it again. Of course, you can try this for yourself. All of this stuff is freely available. Nobody's asking for any money. The emulator is freely available. This layout is freely available. This is a Reg classic, so you can get it from his site, Desert Island Fruits. You can get the emulator from the MPU Mecha and Fruit Emu. You've seen the method there, so feel free. Grab the emulator, grab the layout, and have a go for yourself. But that is how you trap an alien. One of the fiddlier ones to do, but quite satisfying when you nail it like that. And make no mistake, it will let you trap it like that a long, long time before you will force it out. If you were forcing one of these out, it could easily cost 80, 90, £100, even from a fairly reasonable starting position. So to get a jackpot out, you know, for like 45 quid represents a decent profit rather than, you know, forcing it for a flat 70 for 100 quid, which is going to lose you 30 quid. So feel free to have a go for yourself. But there you go. That's today's video. That is Alien by Barcrest. I will see you all next time.